Hi, welcome back. Colin here for the Meze 99 Classics Gen 2 review. Most of us spend our time in this hobby searching for the best in performance. We look for that one specific trait that blows us away, but in reality, the classics in the headphone world are often about achieving a good balance as opposed to being the most technical. The Meze 99 Classics Gen 2 is the perfect example of this. It does not try to win by being the widest or the most detailed. Instead, it positions itself as a jack of all trades. It is a beautifully crafted piece of equipment featuring wood cups and memory foam pads that provide excellent isolation and comfort for long sessions. The V2 brings some quality of life updates to the table. I have covered them in a previous unboxing video. Link in description if you want to check that out. But there are things I want to add after using them for longer. They have enlarged the headphone connector housings, which is great for anyone who likes to use aftermarket cables. Though even with this change, it still wouldn't fit the aftermarket cables for my Bear Dynamic T1 or the Deconi Assembles cable. It fits the stock cable of the Serene though. It should still be easier than the first gen to find options. Meze also sells balanced cables that will fit if you need one. In terms of versatility, you can pair it with the Meze boom mic for gaming or Zoom meetings, making it a great daily driver. The memory foam takes about 10 seconds to settle in after you put the headphones on, but once they do, the isolation is really good. It might even be better than my HD25, but without having the cups pressing against your ears. Both comfort and isolation are excellent here. Meze also includes acoustic absorbers in the box for those who want to tweak the signature. Adding these make the sound even warmer and fuller, bordering on a laid-back presentation. Personally, I prefer the original setting without the absorbers because I find the stock balance more engaging. But the option is great for those who want to further reduce treble for longer listening sessions. One of the most practical aspects of the 99 Classics V2 is how little power it actually needs to perform at its best. This is not a headphone that requires a massive desktop setup to wake up. So it sounds honestly pretty good just with the stock USB dongle that is supplied with the headphones. I tested this across several sources, including the iBasso DX260 Mark II, the iBasso DC Elite, and the Fosi ZH3. The sound does not necessarily scale or improve just by throwing more raw power at it. However, it is transparent enough to reflect the quality of your source. When you feed a high quality signal from something like the DC Elite, you notice improvements in the soundstage and overall resolution. It is efficient, but it rewards a detailed sounding source. The sound of the Meze 99 Classics Gen 2 is defined by a full-bodied mid-range and a very mature presentation. The treble is controlled and tasteful, giving a smooth, tube-like quality that sounds non-fatiguing and slightly relaxed. The bass is mid-bassy and punchy, but it stays within its lane and does not become overwhelming like the original V1. It provides enough weight to make the music feel impactful without muddying the rest of the frequency response. It is a very warm and pleasing sound that works well for almost any genre, providing a slightly laid-back but well-balanced experience regardless of what you are listening to. With the acoustic absorbers added, the sound becomes even warmer and fuller. Though as I mentioned, I prefer the stock setting because I feel the absorbers mask too much detail. Even without them, the treble is on the smooth side. I never felt that sibilance or S and T sounds were harsh, but you also don't get the most surgical treble retrieval. This contributes to that smooth and tube-like character in the upper registry. Let me compare it to two other closed backs to better describe the sound for you. When compared to the Sennheiser HD25, the differences are obvious. Beyond the fact that Meze has much better comfort, the HD25 has more upper mid-range and treble presence. Vocals sound slightly more forward on the HD25. On the bass, the HD25 definitely sounds bassier with more quantity. The Meze has a little less quantity and speed, but it sounds more refined and composed. If you are a bass head, the HD25 should suit you more here. While the HD25 sounds more raw and direct, the Meze offers a fuller and more relaxed sound. The HD25 is about speed and raw delivery, whereas the Meze focuses more on a flavorful and less forward sound. When comparing soundstage, the Meze excels in width. Depth is similar, but the Meze gives the music more room to breathe with more space between instruments compared to the close-up presentation of the HD25. Against the Kiwi Ear Serene, the differences in sound and comfort is very clear. While the Meze is one of the most comfortable closed backs out there, the Serene falls behind due to its driver flex issues that I mentioned in my full review. On the bass, the Serene offers a deeper sub-bass extension and more punch, but it can feel a bit thick or give you a bit of a muffle or bloomy sound compared to the Meze. I'm not sure if that's due to the driver flex or the bass quantity itself. While the Serene sounds sharper and more detailed in the treble, the Meze offers that smooth, tube-like quality sound that is more laid back. The Serene provides a sense of air that makes the vocals and instruments sounds pushed back, but will also exaggerate the depth in the track. In terms of soundstage, the Serene is technically wider and deeper, but the Meze maintains a more natural and intimate presentation, as sometimes the depth presentation of the Serene will make things sound recessed. Nothing about the individual technical aspects of the Meze 99 Classics stand out from its competition. The resolution and soundstage are good, but not the best. You don't get the deepest bass, nor the most revealing treble, but what you get on the Meze 99 Classics Gen 2 is a great balance in sound and usability. They are designed and tuned to be a part of your workflow or your everyday life, being worn for multiple hours straight. They just look and wear simply amazing. The walnut cups looks great, and you can wear these for hours without feeling physical discomfort or listening fatigue. You never feel like you are lacking anything when you have these on. It is more about the overall experience of a reliable, non-fatiguing, and beautifully built tool. It is definitely jack of all trades that works perfectly for everyday use.